And you're taking a live look right now at the White House. That is where the American flag is flying at half-staff, and that is in honor of Colin Powell. The former Secretary of State and four-star general died today of complications from COVID-19. The 84-year-old was fully vaccinated, but was reportedly being treated for Parkinson's disease and a blood cancer. President Biden calls Powell a patriot of unmatched honor and dignity.
Think of our Colin Powell. He's not only a dear friend and a patriot, one of our great military leaders and a man of overwhelming decency. This is the guy born son of immigrants, and he rose to the highest ranks not only in the military, but also in areas of foreign policy and statecraft.
Well, Powell spent 35 years in the Army before becoming the first black chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and Secretary of State. He oversaw the U.S. invasion of Kuwait in 1991. In 2003, he addressed the UN, pushing for the invasion of Iraq. That speech was later found to be based on faulty intelligence. His former boss, President George W. Bush, released a statement saying Powell was, quote, highly respected at home and abroad. And here at home, flags at all state buildings are at half-staff tonight as Minnesotans remember Powell's life.
And Fox 9's Bab Santos spoke with a Minnesotan who recalls his own relationship with the general.
A four-star general, chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, and America's first African-American Secretary of State.
A man of great integrity.
Colin Powell wore many hats, and his leadership was felt worldwide.
I think he's an inspiration in today's world.
Twin Cities painter Mark Balma knows firsthand after spending days in the general's D.C. office.
He was very personable and very thoughtful.
As Powell worked, Balma painted, crafting this piece.
During that time, he would convey to me that how important his job was to think about the troops.
The end result of hours and hours together in Powell's office, this painting named Resolution portrays Powell with some of President George H.W. Bush's cabinet.
I have him looking out the window, and he felt very strongly that that was where he wanted to be because he was thinking about the troops in the field.
Balma says later on the general sent a note thanking him for the piece, and they stayed in touch over the years. He'll always remember him as a great man who did so much for the world.
Someone that I shared a great deal of respect with and for.
In South Minneapolis at the General Colin Powell Leadership Academy, Monday's news was tough.
We told the students today in class that General Powell passed away due to COVID, and it was kind of a shock to everybody because this is something that we weren't prepared for.
Now, the school will use his legacy as an example to future generations on how to act and what they can accomplish.
He emulates everything that the Army stands for, the 7 Army values: loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage.
In Minneapolis, Bab Santos, Fox 9.